Alright, what's going on, everybody? So we are back here with some UFC 5 Part 11 with Mike Tyson. I actually just recorded this video. Had my mic on, was talking the entire time, and forgot to turn it on. So the capture program I use, Elgato, like once you use your mic, there's actually like a separate little thingy. You have to select that and make sure it's light blue and not dark blue or it's off. I was playing a lot of Call of Duty this weekend. Modern Warfare 3 is actually pretty fun. I'll probably talk about it a little bit in this video here just because I need some stuff to fill the time with now. But yeah, I turned the live mic off when I was recording for that, just because I was like, I don't want to pick up any sounds because I have like TV and stuff on in the background when I'm playing that game. Plugged my mic in today and totally forgot to turn that part back on, so I just talked to myself pretty much for 20 minutes. So I just edited out the training footage here, but I'm going to put the both fights I had in here. So first fight is against Yuri Prochazka, and he actually I want to say I'm 1-2 against him in this career mode. He beat me pretty bad the last time, and what he did in the last fight specifically that was so good was just tons of elbows. He really brutalized us with the elbows there. So my fighting style going into this one was I'm going to take more body shots and stuff. I just really want to protect my head, and he was throwing long combinations, like 3 or 4 punch combinations. There you can see a couple seconds ago he went for an elbow again, and when those land, they just kind of destroy me. So I was kind of content with taking damage to the legs and body here. I just did not want to take that like knockout blow from like multiple elbows. So fighting a little conservative here, and Yuri actually just fought this weekend. He had a great fight with Alex Pereira. I'm sure everyone kind of saw the fight, but it ended in what people thought was going to be controversy, and then Yuri was actually really cool with it. So after it ends, a lot of people thought it was an early stoppage because Pereira kind of elbowed him like 12 times in the clinch to like the side of the head. Yuri looked out. He was on the ground, and then right after the ref stopped it, he kind of stood up. So people are like, well, was he still like, what happened? Was he good, or was he actually out? Joe Rogan interviewed him after he interviewed Pereira. And they was like, what do you think about that stoppage? A lot of people are saying it's early. And Yuri was like, no, sometimes. Because I guess he admitted before he was kind of like out in fights and was just on autopilot. And he was like, pretty much said it was the same thing. So he's like, no, he made the right call. I think I was out. So respect to Yuri for saying that, because most people kind of took the immediate rematch and be like, yeah, I was still fighting. Like, it sucks he stopped it. He was doing damage, but I was still definitely in there. But no, Yuri was really humble with it. Cool to see Pereira win too. That guy's been great since he came into the UFC. And I heard people complaining that he called out Izzy. I actually saw a thing on Reddit where there's more talking like Izzy up and stuff and being like, don't take a giant break off, man. Come back and do this. But the translator kind of butchered everything. And then at the end, he said, like, come to daddy or something, so it just made it sound like he's calling out Izzy. And then Izzy, as dumb as he is, was like, I just knocked you out. And it's like, bro, you're 1-3 against him. So lost to Sean Strickland. Like, you might want to shut the fuck up. But, yeah, Pereira looks good, and then Tom Aspinall actually looked like a straight-up beast. That guy's going to be scary in the heavyweight division for years to come. I predict John Jones will never fight him. What I think is going to happen, and it's going to be weird, because I bet Aspinall will fight again before Jones fights. Jones is not going to fight. They said 8 months. I don't think he's going to fight for like a year, maybe a year and 3 months. So he's going to be like 38, 39 at the time. Stipe is going to be 42, which is going to be ridiculous. They're going to keep the belt on Jones just for the legacy fight that is him versus Stipe. I think Dana will do that. He's stubborn enough to do it. Now, if Aspinall fights in 6 months and Jones is out for a year, Jones should be stripped of his title the second Aspinall fights again, and Aspinall should be the title belt. He should either be given the heavyweight title belt or his fight will like unify the titles. But they won't do that. They'll probably have him defend an interim title, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. The interim title was warranted in this thingy, I think, but like I said, if Aspinall can fight and Jones can't, like Jones isn't the champion anymore, he's going to retire after the Stipe fight. Stipe is going to retire after the Jones fight anyways, so kind of weird why they're doing it. I understand why they're doing it. It's the heavyweight GOAT versus like the greatest ever, and they're going to see who can like actually win that fight, but I'm kind of losing interest in it, honestly. Stipe is, like I said, 41. He's going to be 42 by next year. I'd like to see Aspinall versus Jones, but I don't think Jones will ever take that fight. Aspinall's not a big enough name, and he's way too risky. I think he could beat Jones, not with ease, but I think he beats him 7 out of 10 times if they fight. Maybe 8 out of 10, honestly. Aspinall looks like a well-rounded MMA fighter who's also a little fat, but is in the heavyweight division and has got a pretty powerful body there. So, guy's got some crazy power. He's got a good chin on him. He got cracked like once or twice and was able to stay in there fine. So good fight there. That Diego Lopez guy who opened the card looked good too. He's actually kind of big for 145. I didn't realize that was how small his weight class was that he was in, but he's a pretty entertaining fighter, so nice to see that guy win too. And then here you can see in this actual fight and the gameplay, once I got him on the ground, it was pretty much over. It was a pretty solid fight, and like I said, I want to say he beat me he beat me at least twice in this little series here. He might have beaten me 3 times, actually. I want to say this is the 4th time we fought, though, and we're 1-2 against him right now. So, yeah, this fight's definitely going my way so far. He tries to climb up the cage, but we're going to be good enough to block that, and I think the other thing I was talking about in this video, well, talk about this first. Yeah, Modern Warfare 3 came out a couple days ago. That's why I haven't put out a video in a few days. I've been busy playing that, and it's actually really fun so far. There's a few things that are stupid in that. I will say the matchmaking is horrible. The skill-based matchmaking is awful. If I have fun in a game, the next, like, 3 games will not have fun in, and I do back out of, like, half of the maps. Terminal is a horrible map. Estate, if it's not like Hardpoint, then Estate is horrible for everything. Same thing with the Wastelands. Wasteland can be fun for certain game modes, awful for others. Quarry is another bad map, but I think overall it's about 50-50 for the maps. The fun maps are very fun to play, like Rust is great, Favela is great, Scrapyard's great. Underpass isn't a bad one, but what I do is I don't play TDM at all. I think I did the, you can customize which game mode you guys want to search for, and I usually do, Hardpoint's my favorite, Hardpoint, Domination, and sometimes Control, just because people actually move around in that. If you're playing TDM, it's just going to be a bunch of people sitting in the spawns with snipers, especially on, like, Estate and stuff. It's like, I'm not trying to play TDM and have the game go to the time limit, so, yeah, that game's pretty fun so far. Matchmaking's kind of horrible, and it's a little weird how you unlock stuff with the armory. I get why they did it, to keep people playing, but it's kind of, it's good and bad. It's cool because you can unlock stuff in any order, so you don't have to hit certain levels to get a perk. Like, if there's something you want right away, you can get it at 25. You don't have to wait till you hit 54 or something. But it's also kind of a drawback, too, with how they're doing it. They don't just give you everything. You have to, like, manually choose what you want to unlock next. But, yeah, having fun with that game so far. And then here is our next fight in this series. So we were number 2, beat the number 1 ranked guy, and they're like, you want to fight the number 11 ranked guy? And it's like, nah, fuck off with that shit. So I'm going to go ahead and decline that offer. And then I think I took an offer, I might not have put it in here, but we got offered a fight against Johnny Walker, who I don't think we've actually fought yet this series, so definitely cool to take a fight with him. And he is pretty tall too, so that is one thing that we're going to have to watch out for in this fight. Like, he's 6'6", and Tyson's only 5'10", so definitely going to be a height differential there, but I'm not going to talk about the fight too much, like I said, since who cares? It's in the background. You guys can see it. Another thing that I talked about in the original video, I forgot to turn the audio on for, was I watched Dana White on Theo Vaughn's podcast. I didn't watch all of it, but I watched a good portion of it. And at one point, Theo Vaughn was talking about how he had RFK Jr. on his podcast, who's like a Democratic politician. Now, he gets labeled anti-vaccine a lot. He's not really anti-vax from what I've heard. He is more like, hey, we have all these like studies and tests we have to do on medicine. Vaccines, you get to skip all that shit and don't have to do any of it. And then we're having really adverse side effects. And you guys are like, oh, yeah, well, it happens, but we had to put those out. And he's like, a lot of these are causing way more harm than good, especially for people who don't need them. Like, I see getting, like, the actual shots you need as a kid, like the 10 shots, 10 shots you should need, but you don't need to get, like, 70 and 80, which they're giving a lot of kids now. Just creating a lot of allergies and stuff. I read one study where a lot of people get latex allergies, actually, is from when they give you a shot when you're young, they forget to take, like, the little plastic off, so it gets injected into you, and then years later you get, like, you get allergic to it. So it's a lot of weird shit like that, and with the COVID vaccine, but he was on Theo Vaughn's podcast. I didn't watch it, but Theo told Dana White they were talking about cancel culture and Bud Light, and he was like, yeah, so I had RFK Jr. on, and the CEO of Peloton, actually, those little gay stationary bikes, called him up and was like, hey, we advertised on your podcast, and we saw you had RFK Jr. on. You're going to want to delete that episode right now. We are not going to be associated with you anymore, so just pull that episode off all the platforms and make an apology. And Theo was kind of like, didn't know what to do, and he was like, fuck that. So, Dana White heard that, and he was like, that's kind of the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard. And he's like, don't let them bully you into, like, pulling episodes and not being truthful. And he also was like, RFK Jr. is a Democrat, so for another Democrat to, like, hate you for it, it's kind of weird. Sounds like he's being bought off almost a little bit. So Dana was like, what we're going to do is pull all the Peloton bikes from the UFC. He's like, that guy's a bitch, and he makes stationary bikes for a living. He shouldn't be proud of anything. And it was cool too because they pulled up an article where like it was like, oh yeah, Peloton's 4th round of layoffs this year, lay off another 500, and Dana's like, so that's the guy he is. He's in his 4th round of layoffs this year. Another 500 employees go. Dana was like, I hadn't cut anybody from the UFC. He paid everybody during the pandemic and all that stuff. So it was cool to see Dana say that. And another dope thing too, he told Theo, he's like, yeah, once you get big enough, you can pick and choose which advertisers you want. So he's like, you don't have to go with shitty companies like Peloton. Like, you're in a big enough spot now where people know you, so we can actually wait for good sponsorship. So that's cool. Still think the Bud Light sponsorship was kind of odd, but whatever. It is what it is. They paid Dana White $100 million. It is kind of stupid the boycott's going on this long, but Bud Light should also apologize to its customer base, because it wasn't just the trans thing. Their CEO came out and pretty much said, like, yeah, what our image right now is all drunk frat boy douchebags, and we don't want that. We want trans people and diversity. And it's like, you can be diverse, but don't insult your entire fucking customer base in the same sentence. And they never apologize for that. So it's like, some people are boycotting because of trans issues. Others are boycotting because they're just insulted. They're like, why would I spend money on a product where the CEO just fucking shits on us for being like white dudes? So, yeah, the Bud Light sponsorship was weird. Leave it in the comments, guys. I'm going to be honest. Haven't bought any Bud Light since that shit went down. Usually don't follow protests too much, and I don't put anything on social media for it, but that's one I kind of agreed with. So Dana White's get Bud Light. Still not going to drink it, but I'm not like super against them like some people are. It's like, yeah, they're just a stupid company who can't fucking admit to mistakes. So fight is going into the second round here. I'm running out of stuff to talk about. Really wish the mic worked in that original video, but looks like yeah, he caught me with a head kick there. Hopefully I get this audio synced up. That's another reason I didn't want to talk too much about the fights, just in case it was like slightly out of sync or something. But I want to say it was the end of the first round. I'm really not paying too much attention to this, but we did a good job getting him on the ground. And like I said, just blocking transitions and getting those elbows off from the crucifix and the side saddle is going to really destroy your opponent. So we're going to start doing with Tyson. I did upgrade some of his striking before this fight. I simulated a lot of training. I had like 150 evolution points, so simulated a lot of punching power, head movement, things like that. And then here we almost have him, well, we pretty much do have him dead to rights. I really wanted that crane kick there, but I just missed it. And then you can see the height differential is not as big as I thought it was. Like the 6 inches seems like it should be more, but apparently maybe Tyson grew in this fight. I have no clue, but it seems like I'd fight guys who are 6'2", and they tower over me, and Johnny Walker's 6'6", and we're almost like evenly heightened in this game. So here I had him rocked pretty good, and he was still blocking transitions like crazy. So I was like, all right, this dude's might be good on the ground. I think he blocked my crucifix there. He almost flipped it on me and got on top, but I was able to block that. So I got a top mount here. And then, like I said, he's trying to get out again. So I really wish they would fix the stamina for this game. I saw some articles where they said the sales weren't the greatest for UFC 5, but I like the game so far. I didn't play too much UFC 4 at all, so for me this game is really fun, really enjoyable. And there you can see we get the knockout, which is strikes on the ground against Johnny Walker. So that is the last fight in this video. I do show who I'm going to fight next, so I won't spoil it. I'll let you guys wait the 45 seconds for that, hopefully. That's another way. Hopefully this is in sync. I'll listen to this back and make sure I time it for the correct spot. But next video will be longer. I just wanted to have something up. I had some like dental surgery the other day, so my jaw's been in so much pain, and Call of Duty's out, and I kind of overplayed this game a lot when it came out, so that's why it's been a lack of videos for the last few days. But tomorrow I'm going to try to get like an hour worth of videos recorded, like 2 different 30-minute ones. So go ahead and go to the fight offer here. We beat what, number like 1, and I didn't see what Johnny Walker was ranked, but we should be ranked number 1 now. Or no, I guess we're probably still number 2, because we get Rakic again, who is number 1. I think I fought that guy 3 times too, so go for another 4th fight with Rakic. Hopefully after that one we get a title shot. But thanks for watching, guys. More videos to come. Thumbs the video up if you like this, and we'll catch you in the next one. Alright, peace.